You need to understand your position in this organization. Patricia Johnson didn't even look up when she said it. 0:07. 7 seconds her fingers were busy straightening papers on her desk, making sure every edge lined up perfect. We were sitting in conference room 2B at Precision Manufacturing Technologies, 0.17. 17 seconds, the one with the broken air conditioning and that persistent smell of burnt coffee that never quite went away. 0:23. 23 seconds. I'm Christopher Walsh, 51 years old, and I've been keeping this company's process control systems running for 24 years. 0:30. 30 seconds that morning. I thought I was just going to another routine compensation review. Turns out I was about to learn exactly what 24 years of loyalty was worth to them. 0:39. 39 seconds. Pat slid a paper across the table. Her watch caught the fluorescent light. Expensive. Probably cost more than my monthly truck payment. 0:46. 46 seconds. This outlines your updated compensation structure for the upcoming fiscal year, she said in that flat HR voice, they all perfect after years of delivering bad news. 0:56. 56 seconds. I looked down at the document. Senior Process Control Engineer, 24-year service record, merit increase, 7%, 104. 1 minute, 4 seconds below that, in smaller print, like they hoped I wouldn't notice. Compensation aligned with organizational equity standards. I'd seen that phrase before. 113, 1 minute, 13 seconds. It was corporate speak, for we've decided what you're worth, and arguing won't change our minds. 7%, I said quietly. 122, 1 minute, 22 seconds. Correct, that falls within the standard range for senior technical staff. I leaned back in that uncomfortable chair. 128, 1 minute, 28 seconds. The Navy taught me patience, how to stay calm under pressure. 6 years working on submarine reactor control systems gave me that discipline. 137, 1 minute, 37 seconds. You know how it is when you've spent months underwater. You learn to think before you react, measure twice and cut once. 144, 1. The minute, 44 seconds. But this wasn't equipment failure or emergency troubleshooting. 147, 1 minute, 47 seconds. This was something different. Something that felt like getting sucker punched by someone you trusted. What about Michelle? Pat's pen stopped moving for just a second. 156, 1 minute, 56 seconds. Then she forced a smile that looked like it hurt. 159. 1 minute, 59 seconds. I'm not sure what you're asking. Michelle Williams, the new Operations Excellence Director. She started 10 months ago. The smile got tighter. 2:07, 2 minutes, 7 seconds. I can't discuss another employee's compensation with you, Chris. You know that. She's making almost double my salary, isn't she? 2:15, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Pat set her pen down carefully, buying time. Michelle brings different qualifications to the organization. She has an MBA from a prestigious business school. 2:23, 2 minutes, 23 seconds. She has strategic vision that aligns with, executive objectives. I let those words hang there for a moment. 2:30, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, different qualifications. On submarines, qualifications meant you could operate reactor systems when lives depended on it. 2:37, 2 minutes, 37 seconds. You either knew how to troubleshoot hydraulic systems under pressure or you didn't. You could repair control equipment during emergencies or you couldn't. 2:45, 2 minutes, 45 seconds. There wasn't any MBA that taught you how to keep a factory running when critical systems started failing at 2 a.m. on a Saturday night. 2:52, 2 minutes, 52 seconds. And I have 24 years of building every process control system this company runs, I said evenly. 2:58, 2 minutes, 58 seconds. I've personally prevented at least 35 major production failures that could have shut us down for weeks. 3 minutes, 4 seconds. I've saved this company millions in avoided downtime and equipment replacement. 3:09, 3 minutes, 9 seconds. But Michelle has an MBA so that's worth twice as much. Different roles command different market rates, Pat said, her voice getting that careful HR neutrality. 319, 3 minutes, 19 seconds. Leadership positions are benchmarked differently than technical positions. 323, 3 minutes, 23 seconds. Here's the thing that really got me. I knew exactly what Michelle was making because I'd accidentally seen her offer. Letter 3 weeks earlier. 3:30, 3 minutes, 30 seconds, $145,000 base salary. My paycheck showed $84,500. That's a 72% difference. 3:36, 3 minutes, 36 seconds. 72% more money for someone who couldn't tell a PLC from a PDF file. 3:43, 3 minutes, 43 seconds. So technical expertise is worth less than half of what a business degree is worth. 3:48, 3 minutes, 48 seconds. Even when that technical expertise is literally keeping the production lines operational. Chris, I understand you're frustrated. I'm not frustrated, I interrupted. 3:56, 3 minutes, 56 seconds. I'm clarifying. 3:58, 3 minutes, 58 seconds. Because it sounds like you're telling me that someone with zero understanding of our manufacturing systems, zero experience with our legacy equipment, $4.06, 4 minutes, 6 seconds, and zero contribution to actually making anything is worth almost twice what I am, 4:11. 4 minutes, 11 seconds. I just want to make sure I'm hearing that correctly. Pat folded her hands on the table. Professional, controlled, unmoved by logic or fairness. 4:19. 4 minutes, 19 seconds. We benchmark compensation against external market data. Leadership roles command premium salaries. Credentials matter. Translation: know your place. 4:28, 4 minutes, 28 seconds. I thought about my sons, Timothy and Patrick, both still in school. Timothy was a sophomore at Wisconsin State University, tuition $28,500 this year. 4:38, 4 minutes, 38 seconds. Patrick was a high school senior planning for college applications, probably looking at similar costs. I thought about the child support payments to my ex-wife Amanda, 4:48. 4 minutes, 48 seconds, 1,900 every month, like clockwork. I thought about the health insurance premiums that kept going up, the 401k that had taken a beating in the last market downturn, 4:58, 4 minutes, 58 seconds, the fact that I was 51 years old and supposedly in my peak earning years. Funny thing is, I'd been updating my resume for 3 weeks, 5:06, 5 minutes, 6 seconds ever since I saw that offer letter. 5:08, 5 minutes, 8 seconds. Not because I was planning to leave, but because seeing those numbers made me realize I needed to know what I was worth in the real world. The answer surprised me. 5:16, 5 minutes, 16 seconds. 5 recruiters, 6 serious offers, all of them better than what I was getting here. Then I reached into my bag. 5:22, 5 minutes, 22 seconds. Pat tensed slightly, probably thinking I was pulling out a legal document or a list of grievances. 5:28, 5 minutes, 28 seconds. Instead, I took out a single piece of paper, folded once, and placed it on top of her compensation document, my resignation letter. Her eyes dropped to it. 5:36, 5 minutes, 36 seconds. I watched the blood drain from her face as she read the first line. 5:40, 5 minutes, 40 seconds effective. Immediately, I resigned from my position as Senior Process Control Engineer at Precision Manufacturing Technologies. Chris, she started, 5:49, 5 minutes, 49 seconds. Voice cracking. I sent a copy to your inbox at 9:04 a.m., I said calmly. You'll see it when you check your email, along with copies to my direct manager, 5:59, 5 minutes, 59 seconds, the plant manager, and the VP of operations. She blinked at the signature, at the date, at words that couldn't be taken back. Or negotiated away, 6:07, 6 minutes, 7 seconds. You don't need to make this decision right now. This is a significant step. Talk to your manager, sleep on it. 6:14, 6 minutes, 14 seconds. We can revisit the numbers. I've been sleeping on it for 24 years, I said, standing up. This is me waking up. Pat opened her mouth. 6:23, 6 minutes, 23 seconds, closed it. Opened it again. But you told me to understand my position in this organization, I said, picking up my bag. So I do. 6:30, 6 minutes, 30 seconds, and my position is somewhere else. I left the resignation letter on the table and walked out. 6:36, 6 minutes, 36 seconds. The click of the conference room door closing behind me was the most satisfying sound I'd heard in years. 6:41, 6 minutes, 41 seconds. Let me back up and tell you how a quiet, underpaid process control engineer and one dismissive sentence in an HR meeting turned into the most expensive 38 minutes in precision manufacturing technology's history. 6:52, 6 minutes, 52 seconds. My name is Christopher Walsh. I'm 51 years old, divorced father of 2 sons, who are counting on me for their future. I don't have an MBA. 7 hours, 7 minutes, I don't have an Ivy League degree. What I have is an engineering degree from a state university, 6 years in the Navy, working on submarine reactor control systems, 7:09, 7 minutes, 9 seconds, and 24 years of institutional knowledge about manufacturing automation. So complex that it required constant attention just to keep it running. 7:18, 7 minutes, 18 seconds, the Navy shaped how I approach everything. 7:20, 7 minutes, 20 seconds. When you're responsible for keeping reactor systems operational on a nuclear submarine, you learn that people's safety depends on systems working exactly as designed. 7:29, 7 minutes, 29 seconds. I remember this one time. We were 3 weeks into a deployment when our primary cooling system started throwing weird pressure readings. 7:36, 7 minutes, 36 seconds. Nothing dramatic, just numbers that didn't quite add up. Most guys would have logged it and moved on. 7:41, 7 minute, 41 seconds. But in the Navy, you learn that small problems become big problems, real fast when you're 400 feet underwater. 7:48, 7 minutes, 48 seconds took me 12 hours to trace it down to a single sensor that was drifting out of calibration. 7:53, 7 minutes, 53 seconds. 12 hours of checking every connection, every circuit, every line of code in the monitoring system. When I found it, the chief engineer just nodded and said, "Good catch, 8:03, 8 minutes, 3 seconds. Walsh, 8:03, 8 minutes, 3 seconds. That could have been bad." That's the thing about submarine duty. You don't get to blame someone else when power fails during operations. 8:10, 8 minutes, 10 seconds. You don't get to make excuses when control systems break down in the middle of a mission. You fix it, document what went wrong, and make sure it doesn't happen again. 8:18, 8 minutes, 18 seconds. That discipline served me well when I started at Precision Manufacturing Technologies in 2000, right after I finished my degree on the GI Bill. 8:27, 8 minutes, 27 seconds. Back then, they were a mid-size manufacturing company trying to compete with automated facilities 10 times their size. 8:32, 8 minutes, 32 seconds. Located right here in Milwaukee, they had this old-school Wisconsin work ethic, but were running on systems that belonged in a museum. 8:40, 8 minutes, 40 seconds. On paper, they provided precision manufacturing for aerospace and defense contractors. 8:45, 8 minutes, 45 seconds. In reality, they ran a collection of production systems held together with outdated programming, manual workarounds, and the desperate prayers of 2 exhausted technicians. 8:56, 8 minutes, 56 seconds. The company had contracts with major aerospace firms, defense contractors, and automotive manufacturers. 9:02, 9 minutes, 2 seconds. Their production lines made critical components for aircraft engines, missile guidance systems, and precision automotive parts. 9:10, 9 minutes, 10 seconds. When those systems went down, real people lost their jobs, contracts got cancelled, delivery schedules collapsed. 9:18, 9 minutes, 18 seconds. This wasn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. This was about keeping American manufacturing competitive. My interview was with Harold Gibson, the plant manager at the time. 9:28, 9 minutes, 28 seconds, who'd built his career on actual manufacturing work before getting promoted into management. 9:33, 9 minutes, 33 seconds. He understood that automation wasn't just about installing software and hoping for the best. Can you keep this equipment from falling apart? He asked. 9:41, 9 minutes, 41 seconds, gesturing at a printout of our production schedules that looked more like a disaster timeline than a manufacturing plan. Depends, I said. 9:49, 9 minutes, 49 seconds. Can I actually fix things, or will I just be putting out fires? If you can justify the changes, he said, you can make them. 9:57, 9 minutes, 57 seconds. He